Hey, everybody, it's Friday. Happy Friday, the 20th of May. So today's a little different. I wanted to talk about the struggle of being an entrepreneur, and starting a company, starting a software company. Um, this is a true and personal story, but I spent most of my 20s and 30s drinking, going out partying. I was working. I had jobs. I'd started, been a partner at a bank, and I'd been a first employee at a technology company, but I'd never really taken anything seriously except friends and fun. And it led me to, it led me to a lot of great memories, but really at the end of the day, it led me to no personal success or financial success. I was about 36 years old. I was exactly 36 years old in Orlando, living in essentially a closet. No money, could barely make $300 a month rent. I was working in the music business for a con artist that I didn't know was a con artist at that time. My health was bad. I had a torn knee, broken ankle, could barely walk. Um, the company that I'd previously been a partner in, I was no longer working with them. I was no longer a partner in them. I'd been screwed over for about $625,000 on the acquisition. That my 10%, it was a $6.25 million acquisition. I'd ended up getting paid about 17 grand for that by another, what I'll call a bit of a con artist himself, my ex business partner. So, you're at this point where I looked at myself. It was about 2 in the morning, and I'm in a club in Orlando. Could barely, afford drinks. Looking around at a bunch of people that were hammered, and going, wait, what am I going to do with my life? Okay. You have this ability, you have, talent, a good brain, good head on your shoulders, good social abilities. You've made a lot of people a lot of money, but you haven't done, and when I say that, I mean, I helped a lot of people start their businesses and put people in touch with other people that had done real well, to the tunes of millions of dollars and not made a penny on these deals. And I just looked at myself and said, "You're a loser. You're a absolute loser. You're 36, almost 37, hanging out in a club at 2 in the morning, watching men hit on girls that can barely walk." And I said, "I don't want to be here anymore. I need to figure out what the deal is." So, I had an idea. I sort of, backed out, set back, swallowed my pride, went and got a job as a loan officer, and started working on, what I was going to do to further myself and build a software company with no money. And I'd never actually been built a software company. I'd done a lot of work in technology. Um, I went out and started incorporated the company, got the logo together, started finding, people that would potentially help with the design and things like that. Recruited potential partners, and it got to work. And I stopped going out as much. I was still doing, some music stuff. And at that point it was maybe paying me, $1,000 a month, $1,500 a month. I was promoting parties and clubs, probably getting paid $400 or $500 a month for that, like nothing serious at all. I was a loser, a complete loser. And, there was a point where you just have to look yourself in the face and be honest about what you are, where you are, what you want to be, and how you're going to get there. And from that point where I had addressed myself as a loser, and really I was homeless, I was no longer going to be living in that closet either. When I say a closet, it was a den that could barely fit a queen bed, no windows, no room for anything else. It was basically a closet. So, it was a point where I said, enough is enough. I stopped going out. I stopped partying, stopped drinking. I took all the money that I'd earned, put it back into the company. I went into a patent attorney. I had finally got a check for 16 grand, which was like $1 billion to me at the time. And I went to a patent attorney and I said, "Hey, I want to patent the ability to personalize mass communication and cut a check to get the provisional done for 3,800 of that right away." Overall, it was about 12 grand, and I made about 16 times that eventually off of that patent. So The point of this, the moral of the story here is, everybody, ended up building a software company that was successful in selling it. And now I'm getting ready to do that again. It's still a struggle. Everything is, there's an old adage in the world that I'm in. I talk to a lot of entrepreneurs where it's a perennial state of discontent. And that's what drives us to continue to work, struggle, and, patent things and make things better and constantly obsessed is you're never fully happy. You want more, but it's not about more money. It's you want more. You want to achieve things. You want to make things better, more efficient. Constantly want things quickly, but it's going to take time. So there's a battle between being impatient and not. Um, there's always a knot in your stomach to continue to do things to make things better. A hunger. And, along those ways, I mean, I was a very angry child, and I still am angry, but not in a different way. I've learned to take that anger and address it in a highly functional way to drive things forward. And, I still remember all the people that believed in me when I started the past company. And that list was two people. One of them is no longer with us. She was my mother in law, the other is my wife. Um, Everybody else thought I was a loser, and rightfully so. My behavior, my actions were similar to that. So there was a bit of a come to Jesus with myself. As I look back, I can't blame any of that, but there's still a lot of people that didn't believe that, and I'm not mad about that, but I use that as fire. I guess Michael Jordan used to create that sort of stuff, but as an entrepreneur, you need that hunger. If you have anger and you feel like you have a chip on your shoulder, that's a good thing. Go out there and prove people wrong every day. Get at it every day. Get out of bed and get to work every single day. So the moral of the story, there's a lot of elements to this, a lot of really stupid shit along the way. But the moral of the story here is that you can change, your life. At 36 is pretty late. Usually people are pretty established. To start a company at 37, I'm 48 now. And to spend years to get it together. And these have been the best 10 years of my life. And believe me, they haven't been easy. I've lost parents, I've lost, loved ones. I've suffered financially. I've faced horrific situations and had to overcome them. And all of that is stuff that I'm thankful for. But for people that are out there right now that are trying to figure out, hey, is it too late for me? It is never too late. As long as you have, the drive, the idea, and a hunger and a bit of anger that you can hone into a positive way, there is no stopping you. I mean, I went from homeless to, the situation I'm in now, and get ready to take another step in a positive direction, God willing. Everybody, can do what I did. There's no magic thing that I have other than, will and desire not to be a loser, not to die with no accomplishments, with the abilities that I do have. I just wanted to respect them and actually use them. So we can talk more about that, but I just wanted to give a more honest approach to how this all came about. Everyone's online talking about how great they were. I mean, I was a miserable loser, piece of shit, and had to really focus on how not to be a piece of shit in order to build up my life again, and have be a respectable person, and do things in the right way so the right things will happen. And it's not easy to do, but at the end of it, it's the most rewarding way to sort of self improve. Now all of a sudden people are like, yeah, I always thought you did. Yeah, you didn't think that I could do anything, and that's fine. That's all part of the game. Don't expect your family and friends to be behind you. You need to compete with yourself, and don't be upset when everybody else around you is doing better. You need to compete with yourself and not worry about what other people are doing. Nobody's going to, fluff you up every day. As a matter of fact, most people are going to think you can't do it, and very few people will help. Even to this day, some of my closest friends have done nothing to help, which is fine. Again, I'm not mad about it, but the community of helping and assisting entrepreneurs is just not there. If you have a group that does help, then you're very, very lucky, and you should let everybody know that you believe that. So as we go into the weekend, I just wanted to share my story. Maybe it resonates, maybe it doesn't. But for anybody out there that's looking at themselves and maybe disappointed with what you've done to this stage, it's never too late to turn that around. If anybody has any comments or you want to chat about it, let me know. That's what I'm here for, man. Let's all make each other better, help each other out, and that makes for a better world. God bless everybody and have a great weekend.